Welcome to the newsstand of the hottest new podcast, Opinions 2 Million, with your hosts, Big G, Money Mo, and Shawnee, where we'll be discussing the latest and greatest heat from the culture. Man, did you hear that beat drop? You ain't ready. Let's get straight into it. Opinions to reach 1 million followers, opinions to reach $1 million. New pod dropping every week. I officially welcome you to Opinions 2 Million podcast. Let the beat rock.
Welcome back, episode 11. We got two special guests in the building, two women. You know, Maya and Angel. Maya and Angel, say what's up.
Hello. Hi, it's nice to be here.
Yeah, back at it again. We got a lot of topics to talk about. First, we're going to get it popping with the young Dolph situation. You know what I'm saying? Young Dolph just died yesterday in his hometown. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Kanye and Drake beef. I guess they kind of squashed the beef now. We're going to talk about the futuristic Apple car that they might be coming out with soon. We're going to talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and situation, different scenarios and how it might play out. We're going to talk about what's our favorite cities or like our dream cities that we can see ourselves settling down in. We're going to talk about the Travis Scott, all the new victims. I think two new people died since the last time we did the episode. The lawsuit, you know what I'm saying, gearing up to be like $2 billion, I think. We're going to talk about Dababy and his baby mama, the drama that's going on between them. And Gary going to talk about inflation, and we're going to give our thoughts into it. But to start it off, we're going to talk about that young Dolph situation and him being killed in his home city.
Man, we back at it. Ready to get to it, man. So with young Dolph, man, it's a sad situation. What happened was young Dolph was in his home city of Memphis, going to pick up some cookies. They said he was picking up cookies for his mom, and unfortunately, some people pulled up on him and started shooting, and he was killed in the process. They said he had security with him.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they said he had security with him and that they returned fire, but unfortunately, he didn't make it past. So, I mean, what are your thoughts initially? I mean, we put our condolences to the family and everything, but man, it seems like with the rappers, like we see this happening way too often. This going this year since so many people, lost to gun violence, and it begs the questions like, can you help out their hood or your community? And if you make it, do you get out and leave? Do you come back? So, I mean, he had this turkey drive coming up, was supposed to be in 2 days. So, it's just a sad situation all around.
Yeah, it's sad. It's like the thing that was like sad too was like his car was so like distinguishable. I think he had like a camo Lamborghini.
Yeah, that's
like anybody.
thing.
Yeah, anybody in Memphis gonna know that's him. Like I know he has security, but I think like rappers get too comfortable in their own city, and it's just like it kind of like ends up biting them. And it's like I think Dolph already got. I forgot, was he in Memphis the last time his car got shut up like 100 times?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know where it was, but it's just like it's sad what's going down, but it got to be like more like a secret in terms of like when going back to their home city.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like that's just sadly, it's just how our generation is going. Like you can't go back to, if it is a hood, you can't go back to your hood like when you get, like certain people can't handle it. So a lot of people, you would be surprised from your own hood, don't want to see you shine. So I think that hopefully it's like another lesson, like in somebody, like we start somewhere where, things change, but then it's so sad because it's like, you don't want people not to visit home, but
yeah, exactly.
You got to do to protect you. So.
Right.
And looking into the story, so it's just, I feel like I didn't know much about it till now, but it looks like he had beef with people before. I'm not sure if you guys are aware yet, if anybody knows yet who the actual people were that were after him, but it's just like the stuff that he was putting out on social media, like the restaurant where the cookie spot where he got shut up at. Like if people are after you, it's kind of crazy how like the little stuff that you do and people are watching every move you're making, like going back to what Anthony said with the car that like puts you out. And like if you like post a picture of your favorite restaurant and you go in there a lot, people are noticing you because someone's out there like just following you, and you never know that there's someone doing that.
Facts.
Maya, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to give my thoughts and prayers to the family and the friends of young Dolph and the fans too. It's crazy. I feel like violence is happening so much in the hip hop community, but I also feel like it's like a rapper will pass away or but then everything moves on and we kind of forget and nothing's ever addressed and it just keeps happening over and over again. So I definitely think there needs to be a change.
Yeah, like I was saying, like Angel was saying too, it's like, of course, like we all want to come back to like our home cities. Like it's like home is home, no matter how famous you are. But I feel like how Lil Durk and like how Meek Mill, they go back with like 50 people surrounding them every time they go back home. So I think he should have had definitely more security.
Yeah, I mean, it gets back to the point like y'all were saying that you get comfortable, right? And then a part of that comfortability, like if you know anything about Young Dolph, one of Young Dolph's like trademarks is the camo wrap. Like at one point, he had the camo wrap on all of his cars, right?
Right.
The black, green, dark gray camo wrap. And for him to be driving a Lamborghini, let alone the camo wrap Lamborghini, everybody in Memphis know who's driving that joint.
Exactly.
And then the week before, he recorded a video at that cookie spot. I mean, you know, it's just the fact, like, man, you get too comfortable. But I think it really brings back the question, like Maya was alluding to, is like, you know, we send condolences, but how many times we got to do this, right? It seems like it keeps happening. Like it happens, people are sad, people blame the music, and you know, they just move on in their life. And then the next person comes, the next victim comes, and it's like, you know, we repeat the cycle. Nothing's really happening. Do you think there's any cure? Do y'all think music is the issue? And like Z was saying, like he did have beef. He was beefing with Black Youngster and Yo Gotti, but it's like, I feel like every time these conversations come up, they're also surface levels, like, oh, he was making that music. You know, he got what was coming to him, or, you know, he's a victim of his circumstances or things. It's like, you know, we never get past that. Do y'all think there's any solution to this?
So I think with like rap, when you have like these rap beefs, I feel like it's not really, I mean, I don't know, I guess on the type of like background they come from and what they are. Like if you look at like Drake and Kanye, it was never like serious to the point where they would take each other's life, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it depends on like what the beef is. Like with the Black Youngster and Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, like I don't know what the lifestyle or what the, you know, like how severe was the beef that maybe one of them could have done. And if he knew that the beef was that severe, I think, I mean, you just got to take like, you got to be more precaution in terms of what you do and what you put out in terms of your information.
Yeah, I think like with rappers too, it's like obviously we don't know the backstory of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like they only, like even with like me and Gary used to follow like the drill movement and stuff like that. Like we know, like, you know what I'm saying, like when rappers like LA Capone, like King Von died, we know the stuff they did before to lead them up to that point. But like it's just hard with Young Dolph, like seeing him, like I know he dissed in the songs, but just seeing him as a family man and stuff like that. It's like it's kind of crazy. Like who would be that mad to like try to kill him?
Most definitely, man. So we send our definitely condolences to the family, and you know, wish Memphis our prayers and hope that everything comes to a nice resolve, man. So we're gonna keep it moving. On a positive note, everybody knows about the beef that Drake and Kanye have, man, stemming back for a while. It's kind of crazy to see that Kanye made a post with Jay Prince looking like he was hooked on phonics, reading off his phone, man, asking for the beef to be squashed between him and Drake. And somehow Jay Prince made it happen, man. It looks like Drake and Kanye posted a video, and now they're cool again. And you know, we'll see what's happening going on there from there. So on the other note, man, do y'all think this is good for the culture? You think this is gonna, you know,
I
kind of
like
cascade beef through everybody else?
I like beef. So it's like I don't
This
like beef, but
man,
like
This
I like beef. No. So I think Drake.
This
I think
man,
Drake,
yo.
Drake likes beef too. Drake's like being the type of person where he can make a song and diss somebody. He like the Meek Mill beef and stuff like that. I don't like when rappers beef that can make a good song like together. I think like obviously Drake and Kanye can make a good song together, but I don't like how like Chris Brown and Drake were beef for a long time, and it's like we finally got no guidance. But when it's rappers that's like of that magnitude, I think some beef is good for hip hop. But they had this song, so I think it was a good time to end it.
So
at the same time,
with this whole situation, it's like you saw Pusha T supporting Kanye, you know, making the diss track and going at it and getting the information he got from Kanye about the kid and everything. It's like, where does he go in all of this, right? Did Kanye bring him in when they squashed the beef? Like, you got to squash the beef with him too. Because now it's like, because he fought, like, you know, he fought your battle for you. And now, like, where does he go in all of this?
yeah. And I feel like that's kind of like that Pusha T and Drake. I feel like that's kind of like, you can't squash that type of beef either. That's kind of hard. But Kanye kind of like an innocent type of dude. He go and do stuff, you know what I'm saying? Drake can't really, and Jay Prince, we know how much power he got. Facts.
Angel, you got any thoughts?
I think it's pretty cool. Cool. They say, I mean, I wouldn't say I like Kanye, you know, I like a lot of his old songs, but you know, he has his own ways. So I think him being with a new crowd would help him out a lot. So I like it. Maybe, you know, he'll go back to the old Kanye. The like, you know, where that song All Falls Down. That's the Kanye we need.
Yeah, definitely. Facts.
Maya. It's on you.
Man, I feel like, in my personal opinion, Kanye got on his little interview and he played victim. I feel like Kanye, you know, does a lot of things and stirs a lot of trouble up. But I feel like it comes down to just it's publicity and marketing. And so like rappers, they have beefs and they end beefs. I feel like it's all a part of the game.
Yeah, I think we're getting beef and kind of like competition mixed up. I really think like Drake and Kanye was more competition / mild beef than,
Yeah, you're right.
than beef. So when Mo's saying like he likes when rappers beef, I think he's like competition, something like Kendrick's Control verse, right? So something that's calling people out. Like, you know, it ain't no physical stuff, but you want to see people be at the best of their craft, right? And really, you know, it's kind of like you putting it all on the table. So I would agree with that sense, but you know, we ain't supporting no beef, man. We trying to stop the violence. You feel what I'm saying? But nah, that Drake and Kanye, man, I don't know, man. I think Kanye personally, I don't know. I think a little friendly competition between Drake and Kanye is going to be good. It would have been good. You know, if they can come together and resolve the situation, you know, about the address and the kid and, you know, Drake alluding to things he might have done with Kim K and all of that, you know, get all of that under control. And I think that a little friendly competition between the two would sharpen both swords, man. You know, steel sharpens steel. So, you know,
it is crazy.
Like, go ahead.
Because Kim is like, what's the dude she went now, like Pete Davidson or something like that?
Yeah, yo.
So I wonder how Kanye feel about that. It's like you still technically legally married, and it's another dude smashed.
I think they're in an open relationship. I don't.
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
Kanye was on the
which is
interview,
weird,
like,
right?
That's still my wife.
Yeah,
Kanye was on the interview.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like open, like they don't. Yeah. But which is weird. I'm not like.
Nah, it definitely is. Like, I understand that.
But
Kanye got $9 billion in those.
Nah, what's one thing I saw about the interview, I think what kind of led to all this is like what I didn't really see Kanye do before is he gave Drake credit, right? Which was weird, where he was like, oh, Drake is a #1 streaming artist. Like Drake is known for streams. Like he gave him credit, which I thought, like, knowing Kanye, like he would just be the egotistical, like I am everything and I am the best at everything I do. Like I was surprised to hear that. And once you heard that a few weeks later, now the beef is no longer there.
Yeah, and Drake, and like I said, Drake loves the beef too. Like he likes he's a big battle rap
Well, I
fan.
mean, you get both sides. Like, I mean, if I
Yeah.
was like a Meek Mill fan, I would want to listen to what Drake has to say next, right? So I guess
Yeah.
it's like marketing.
Yeah, entertainment is always good no matter what it is.
Right.
Like people, I know like people like hated Trump. We all hated Trump, but it's like the entertaining part of him. It's like this dude funny. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, CNN going crazy, not being able to talk about Biden like that. But it's just the entertainment part is what people always gonna draw people to.
Yeah, the same thing with like Skip Bayless. Like he says stupid stuff.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
listen, like, or Stephen A. Smith, like you want to know what they have to say just because it.
Exactly.
Man, we're gonna keep this train moving, man. Next going on is been rumors on the internet that Apple is hopping in the electric car game, and man, they are having some patents filed, and a company recently kind of went through all the patents Apple filed and kind of made a 3D rendering of the car that they might come out with, man. You know, this is somewhat suspicious. I mean, I don't know if I would trust Apple making cars after cell phones, but how do y'all feel about it, man?
Like,
the electric car game is going crazy. There's a whole bunch of companies hopping into space, man. You got GM with the electric Jeep. You got Ford with the F-150. You know, you got Tesla. You got Rivian. I mean, everybody.
didn't Bezos like he's doing something with the Rivian, isn't he?
Bezos backed Rivian for their truck they have coming out, right?
It's like reverse type. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the electric car game seems to be booming, man. What do y'all think about Apple hopping into space? I know most of us support iPhone on the call.
Yeah, man, I do not want no Apple car if it's gonna die like my Apple phone does.
That's a fact.
It was like I think a situation we was talking about before. When it comes to technology, you gotta kind of get with it to get lost. Like when like 50 years ago, you know what I'm saying, people probably thought a computer was like, no way that'll be possible. Now we're here. So it's like with Apple, it was only a matter of time. Like Apple got into the headphones game, they took over that game. I think like with cars, it's gonna be like we obviously head into the future with cars, less dependent on like gas and stuff like that. So they on the right track trying to compete with Tesla, I think. But it's a get with it, get lost type thing. Technology is always gonna keep improving.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for electric cars, but it's just a little, I mean, it's just weird to see it from Apple. Like, I mean, but then again, like you said, they do take over everything, but like Maya said, what if your car like just stops while like or dies, and then, or it needs a software update and starts glitching up, right? So like knowing everything Apple has, it's just weird.
And you got hackers and stuff like that.
Yes, so that would be, yeah, that's actually, and that would actually go for all electric cars with hacking. I think Tesla had something with I was listening to a podcast once about how Tesla, somebody actually hacked into Tesla's the car itself. But you know, I mean, you're gonna have that with all technology. But it's just weird to see it from Apple, just because we know it as like the iPhone and the phone.
Yeah, like
definitely.
Phones.
And y'all think that Apple might be trying to take a page out of Amazon's book, man? They trying to hit that vertical integration. They trying to be involved in every part of your life, you know. They started with the computer, moved to phones. Now, like one of the biggest business revenue right now is kind of like wearables, AirPods, accessories, watches, things like that.
Yeah,
now,
like,
you know, them
like,
converting to the car, man. They're just trying to take over, you know, everything, right? So they want you to, from the time you wake up, be Apple, and time you go to sleep, be Apple, man.
Yeah, like Apple too, like they do everything to make you, if you don't have Apple product, you lame kind of thing. Like with green messages versus blue messages, you lame if you got green messages.
Right.
If you don't got Apple AirPods now, you kind of lame if you got like any other type. So they're gonna find a way to do it with cars.
Right. No, like even if you have the Apple wire headphones, you
lame.
And that's a fact, because definitely I sent the picture of Jay Prince with Kanye, and Mo, the first thing Mo responds is, "Yo, wearing wired headphones." It was a clown. Like,
hey, Apple's ahead of the game though.
Jay Prince, Drake, and Kanye, and Mo responds, "Man, this Jay Prince wearing wired headphones."
Hey, but shout out to Gary, went from the Android to the iPhone 13.
Nah, yo, I had to.
Upside down.
Clown,
Our
yo.
group messages are
No, I
finally
had to, like,
blue.
back in the day, I think I was like, it was in 10th or 11th grade. They had the group message, man. I had the Android at the time, man. I had to get in the group message, man. I had to go ahead and cop that iPhone, man. I was extremely proud of myself. So, but nah, when that message turned from green to blue, boy, you done something with your life. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, even relationships, it's like
this man Bo's tripping, you.
all that stuff.
But nah, man, Apple, we'll see how it plays out.
Android FaceTimes.
Yeah, they said that you can now FaceTime Androids, man. But
saw the video quality where they were like making memes of it.
Nah, yeah, it's just like you can't post no pictures of me on no Android phone. Joint be all grainy, exposure don't be right. Picture be like 3 shades darker.
But yeah, see, we all love the iPhone, but it's just gonna be weird to see it in the car. Like, I mean,
yeah,
it's definitely gonna be nice because, like, I guess our phone's gonna connect to it and all. But we'll see what they have. We might adapt to it.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and get a little more serious.
My favorite one.
Oh my goodness, we're talking about this Kyle Rittenhouse case, man. This joint's definitely been taking the internet by storm. So
I would have one person just give it the whole background, Gary. I think you can give the background on it so everyone that's listening knows.
Yeah, so the whole situation started when, you had the police interaction with Jacob Blake and a police officer, and Jacob Blake was shot several times. He survived, but there was a whole uprising in Wisconsin about police brutality and everything, and they were having a protest. So during the protest, a boy named Kyle Rittenhouse came from a neighboring state to Wisconsin in order to, he says, protect businesses, and he had a kind of assault rifle with him. During him allegedly protecting businesses, the altercation occurred, and he fired off some shots, and I think he hit 3 people, killing 2 of them. He was able to flee the scene, walk right past police and wasn't arrested, and then the next day, they issued an arrest warrant for his arrest. So now it's been kind of a year since that trial, since that he was arrested and released on bail, and now his trial's happening. People are kind of rehashing the issue, and it's kind of dividing people down the middle, saying, oh, it was self-defense, or oh, he was wrong for shooting and killing those people. So that's kind of the background. If y'all had a chance to see the case, man, what do you think about it, man? Do you think Kyle Rittenhouse was using self-defense, or do you think, from my perspective, he should have never been there for the first place?
Exactly. The main question is, you drive to a different state with an assault rifle. Why? I mean, you're trying to defend him. It's not what the cops are supposed to be there for. Why are you trying to take it upon yourself? It's not self-defense if they're not coming to your house and attacking you. You're going there to claim self-defense at a different location. Like, I guess if you were home and somebody's trying to hurt you, you get it. But you're going out of your way, going to a place with a gun, and you're going to claim self-defense. Like, just think about what you're saying when you say that.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
And then they had shown a video clip of him a week or so prior saying that he wanted to shoot some people in the place, but they excluded it from evidence. And I feel like from the start of this case, it's just been bad, but it's nothing new. This has been happening in the justice system for years. I think it's just another, it's a high profile case, so everybody's kind of seeing it. But I mean, it's like, it's sad, but it's like, we need to figure out how to make a change for real, because it's crazy.
Yeah, and the people like, what I'm saying? The people like, they'll be like, oh, he killed 3 people. He killed 2 people and they had criminal background. He didn't know about the criminal background. He just got lucky enough to kill some people with criminal backgrounds to make it seem like it was like justifiable. But like, yeah, he drove across and he was going to a Black Lives, basically the riot. So he was looking, in my opinion, to hopefully he hoped that like a Black person was chasing us so he can shoot them instead. it just so happened that like the YT people, no, so, yeah, they came and tried to attack him, and he was like,
nah, but like him shooting the people that had the criminal background, it's like I don't know what their criminal even background was. I wasn't even aware of that. But it's like even if they did have it, does that mean that you could just kill somebody? Like, are you taking the justice system upon yourself? Like,
exactly.
What if they just robbed like a 7-Eleven, took a candy for that? Does that mean you deserve to die? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, he was looking for violence. End of the day, like them companies, like if something would happen to them companies, obviously, you know what I'm saying, they got programs out there to like.
No, it's just like if he's not a cop, if he's not, well, but like, why are you going to a neighboring state? I get you might be a cop in your own city, your own jurisdiction. You going out of the way to like with an assault rifle claiming self-defense when you like it's not. He
was looking for violence.
Yeah.
Let me throw this in there. I think, well, let me play devil advocate first. If we look at the shooting, do you think he could be for the other side arguing that, you know, it was self-defense? The people were chasing them down, and one of the people chasing them down had a gun. I'm not saying I agree, but can you see how people are approaching it from that angle? That, you know, he did come there, he had an assault rifle, something was happening. I'm not too familiar with the case, but something was happening with a dumpster. He was trying to put the fire out. They say a mob of people approached him, and, you know, he shot one, then he took off running. The mob of the people followed him, and then, you know, he killed another person and then shot a man in the arm or something. But from that, just looking at that, and again, I'm playing devil's advocate, can you see how people are saying, oh, it is self-defense?
Why was he in that situation? It's like he's at a he's at a place where, you know, like I feel like if you're not supporting it, you're going to do something that's going to try to cause harm to the situation that for what it's for, right? So I feel like him putting himself there is like the biggest thing, that he was looking for trouble to start off with.
Yeah, even though I hate to say, I think he'll get off because it's like the self-defense thing, but like I think they'll kind of ignore the part, or they probably it's not enough to like prove him guilty like while he was there. As much as I hate to say, it's like I think he'll get off self-defense.
Yeah,
even though it sucks. Yeah,
I think this is kind of two different issues, and let me pose it to y'all like this. I think, like Mo was saying, of this case, I believe there's a legal issue, right? Which, if you look at the laws, maybe technically he would get off on the case. But I also think that there's a social issue, right? And the social issue comes into play where this man was able to come from a neighboring state to defend with an assault rifle that you can't bring across state lines. Assault rifle. Yeah, that you can't bring across state lines at his age. At the time, he was underage. He was 17, and defend businesses of people that he had no idea of, right? And then go shoot in 3 people, killing 2 people, and then walk with his hands up past the police and not be taken into custody or anything. The police tell him to go home, right? And, you know, during the day, they tell him, thank you for your service. You're out here helping us. You know, we appreciate y'all. So I think there's 2 different issues. I think there's the legal issue, right? Which might be, oh, self-defense, not self-defense. But then I think there's also a social issue, is that some people of different skin tone, specifically Black, that, you know, they wouldn't be granted this same grace, man, to be carrying guns across state lines and shooting and killing 2 people and then walking straight past the police and not being asked any questions.
Yeah, no, this situation would be so much different. I mean, I feel like if the roles were reversed, which is pretty obvious.
But this, a good thing about this case is it's showing like, even like it's got blatantly racist people and the people that are secretly racist. The people that are secretly racist are the ones that's calling them like hero and stuff like that.
Real issue, man.
That's the real issue. Like the people that hide it, they put a mask over their racism, and they're like cool on the outside, but deep down they despise everything. You know what I'm saying? The BLM movement is for stuff like that. I know a lot of BLMs got like twisted. You know what I'm saying? They try to add more stuff, but like the main issue and stuff like that.
Maya, Angel, y'all got anything else to add?
I mean, other than how this boy got on the stand and tried to cry after he was in bars, flaunting it around, throwing up the white power sign. And it's just like, I don't know, like I said, it's totally different. Like Mo was saying, it would have been totally different circumstances if it was a Black man. And like how the judge is kind of like cradling him and like a part of his defense team is crazy. And that wouldn't be the case if his race was different.
Yeah, man, a pandemic definitely exposed a lot of stuff, man. And, we're gonna keep up with this trial, and we send our prayers out to Wisconsin, and hopefully, when the verdict comes out, the families of the victims will be paid respect. And it's crazy that you can't even call the people that died victims. So, there's definitely a lot going on in our legal system. That legal system, justice is definitely not blind. She can see, and she don't even got 20/20 vision, boy. She got 60/20 vision. I'm trying to tell y'all, this journey is crazy, man. But we're gonna get a lighter topic, man. Next up, man, we got dream cities, man. Your favorite city, man. We going on vacation. The whole squad is taking a trip, man. Where are y'all landing? We're gonna start with Angel first, man. What's the destination, Angel? What's your dream city? Where you going to?
I don't know about actually living here, but I really, 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 I'm into New Orleans. It just looks lit. Like the people look fun. The food looks amazing. It's just all good vibes there. So I'm definitely.
Nah, yo, you switched up for me. You told me London. You told me London earlier. Now you talk about New Orleans.
That's my like dream place. Like I'm definitely moving to London.
Why? Why London? Forget New Orleans. Why London? That's what we want to know. You gonna be eating fish and chips?
I mean, I just like what is it?
The European vibe.
I like their environment. I like the people. It's
you know how racist London, the UK people are.
Yeah, so let's get to
let's the models.
You can go over there with Mo and talk about drill, and if Mo's over there,
let's talk about two. Let's talk about like favorite
UK
US
drill
and then favorite outside.
All right, favorite. All right, so Angel's favorite
in the US
city outside the US is London, and inside the US is New Orleans. My bad for cutting you off. Explain to us about New Orleans again. Why do you like New Orleans?
Oh, I just said it just seems lit. Like they are constantly there. I don't want to make it seem like partying is just where it's at. But when you just have good people like outside just randomly partying, like just being open, that's where it's at. Like we don't have that here. People don't just speak to us. Like you gotta know somebody to speak, like we walk past people and don't like. I would love to live in a city where people are just hello, good morning, like, and I don't even know if that's just New Orleans, but that's definitely how it goes down there.
Mm-hmm. Maya, what's going on? Your favorite city inside the United States and then outside the United States?
So I'm gonna have to say my favorite city in the United States is gonna be New York. I think as a kid, I always wanted to go and be a part of that life and the busyness and the hustle. And then outside, I would say Dubai. I don't know. I want to go over there, kind of experience that. It seems fun. Everybody talks about it.
Definitely. Shani.
We gotta take a trip to Dubai, Maya.
Yes, we do.
So I would say like outside the US, I would say like I want to do like Western, like Canada, like Vancouver, just because it's like the cold and you got like mountains there. You got like all these incredible parks just to like live, because I like the cold. So I feel like that vibe would just be something to enjoy. And inside the US, I like New York, but I couldn't live there. Like I guess I'm used to the suburbs, but I love visiting New York, like the whole the whole city vibe with buildings and like in the wintertime when it's cold and stuff, but couldn't live there. So I guess I would say any city that's a suburban city.
Money Mo.
Yeah, I think like city inside the US, Vegas will like always be my favorite city. Like outside the strip too. I know people see that as like the main attraction. But I think outside the strip is just like you see the landscape, see the mountains and stuff. Obviously it'd be hard, like, you know what I'm saying, being a man of God, just like keeping your head on straight. But there's so much more outside the strip. And like for outside the US, like I've been fortunate enough to travel to a lot, like do the military. But I gotta go see probably like Vancouver, because I like the cold. I like the scenery. Still close to the US. I think a lot of cities outside the US, outside North America, will kind of get like boring after a while. I think Vancouver's like that perfect balance.
Man, you know, I don't really like. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I hate cities. I don't like driving in them. I don't want to live in one. Man, give me some land, and I don't know. I want to chill in the countryside. But if I'm picking a city, man, I'm cooling in the DMV, man. It's all right, man. Ain't nothing wrong with the DMV. We cooling over here. It's all good. You got all kinds of stuff. You know, we making money. You got different diversities of people, and you know, definitely one of the places where you got some Black excellence going on. But if I'm going outside, man, we going outside to party, man. We turning up, and it's gonna be nonstop, man. We going to Amsterdam, Brody. Amsterdam. Yes, sir. Red light district.
Is that Gary be in the hospital?
Y'all the clown, man. We got some good answers, man. We definitely taking a world trip, man. from Vancouver to Dubai, bro. Everything, and we stopping at everything in between.
But not like Gary said, I just feel like the DMV is like perfect, like everything all around. Definitely. Like I know we from here and kind of like take it for granted, but it's like a mini country inside, you know what I'm saying, little place. You got all the summers. I mean 4 seasons. And all the different cities, everything close. DC, you know what I'm saying, 30 minutes for where we from, 40. Baltimore the other way. So it's everything close.
Yes, sir.
All the opportunities, everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like cities are nice to visit, but living in a city, like, I mean, Maya said she would prefer it, but it's just like that lifestyle. You got to be like, everyone's in your business, like everyone, because I feel like it's so compact. Everyone knows what everyone's doing, and just feel like you don't have that privacy and space like the suburbs, like the DMV has.
Definitely.
Yep. All right, man. We got a couple more topics. Man, we ready to talk about this Travis Scott, man. We talked about it last pod, but since last pod, there's been 2 more people that have passed away. You know, a 9-year-old boy and then another college age girl. And there also has been a lawsuit filed for $750 million, man. And I think the last total I got that there's been a total of 150 lawsuits filed. So, man, it's not looking too good for Travis Scott. I've heard there's been a lot of things going around that he's been canceling a lot of concerts, man. Do y'all think Travis Scott will ever come back from this? And man, what are y'all whole thoughts on, you know, the actions following, you know, the incident of the mass casualty at Travis Scott's concert?
Hey, nah, this situation is crazy because it's like, I think he got to dig into that Cali. I think because like, what's the odds that like, how much do you think he'll actually the lawsuit? How much do you think he'll actually have to pay? I know like Live Nation is part of it too, but like, I think most of his net worth is, I guess, with Kylie, so she's gonna have to dig into that purse. But I don't think he can recover for a while because like I think if he drops something even 2 years after now, it's gonna be like people gonna troll him, be like some way or some form. So I don't think he can recover.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think with this whole situation, I know more and more people passing away, but I kind of looking at the whole situation, what happened, I kind of had to put something on Live Nation because it's like, I know it's his concert, but the people that are putting it together, the promoters, it's like, how much responsibility did they have to make sure that everything is smooth? Wasn't that kind of their job?
Right.
And this whole situation is getting like crazier because it's with the more and more people that are passing away. But like you're hearing about Drake was supposed to drop something with French Montana and he didn't because of the whole situation that's going on. So it's getting crazy, man. Like,
Yeah, I definitely think it's tragic, man. Prayers go out to all the people and the families of the victims, but personally, I don't think Travis is recovering from this. If he does, man, it's going to be a long term, and he's going to have to change his whole image, man. Nobody's going to a Travis concert to mosh and turn up after this concert. Personally, that's what I think. And that's, from my understanding, I don't listen to him, but that's the majority of his music. So I think it's going to be hard. There's over 150 lawsuits coming. I mean, they're not all targeted him. A lot of them probably might be dismissed, but they're definitely going to have to pay some music out. And I just think, like, as far as who's culpable, I ain't no lawyer or nothing, but I think it's going to come down to like who organized the event, right? Is it something that, like, everybody's saying Live Nation hosted the event, but is it something that Live Nation approached Travis with, setting up an Astroworld concert and we put your name on it? Is it something that Travis like, oh, I want to have an Astroworld concert and contracted Live Nation to put the event on, right? So that makes a big difference. So I mean, we're gonna stay tuned. We're gonna see what's happening.
Gary, can I get a little word in? So with the Travis Scott, I was looking into more of his like previous history and his events, and they said this is not the first time that he's had behavior like this at his concert. And I think a lot of people weren't held accountable the first couple times that stuff like this happened, and it just got to a point where we had this really big tragedy. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of people responsible, but I don't know if I can say he's not going to recover, because in this world we're living in, I feel like people make a comeback every day after
True.
stuff.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just feel like some responsibility, I know there is going to be, but it's just going back to what I was saying earlier, it's got to go on the people that were organizing. I know what you said, Gary, that who approached who for the event, but if somebody takes a responsibility that I'm going to put this event on, I'm going to like deal with the whole crowd and everything, and they didn't do their part, and it's like then I think it doesn't matter who approached who for the event. Personally, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in terms of the ruling and everything, but
yeah, somebody was asking me this too. They was like, put it in your perspective, like, if Travis dropped the album like next month, I'm gonna still like listen to it because it's just like, okay, see what type of music it is. But it's always that the people that's like hardcore, like on that cancel stuff, that's going to like come at him. Like, I don't think he'll lose his fans. It's just like when it's appropriate for the people that aren't his fans, that's going to like exaggerate the situation. But at the end of the day, like, we talk about the 9-year-old being there. Like, why would his dad, I'm saying, bring him around when he knows gonna be weed at the concert? All that,
or alcohol, like
alcohol.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like, why would you bring a 9-year-old? Exactly. First of all, the 9-year-old shouldn't be listening to Travis. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I mean, raise your kids however you want to, but that's just weird. Like,
like in the question, like in the question for like all y'all, like personally, are y'all like mad at Travis? I feel like that's a good way to answer it. Like, y'all like mad at Travis, or just kind of like how it's played?
You
gonna say something?
I mean, I didn't really listen to Travis before.
I didn't really listen, but I feel like it's music, so like I can't really be mad at him, like.
Right.
I agree with that, man. Like, canceling and all that, man. I ain't trying to cancel no black man, but personally, I never typed Travis Scott in my phone to play no song, and I don't plan on typing his name in my phone to play no song in the future. So if he survived or he don't survive, if he survive or don't survive, it ain't affecting me, man. I'm rocking.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's his fault. I think so.
Yeah.
There's
So
other
you don't
like
saying you don't think it is his fault. You saying he don't have no responsibility, or are you saying the majority of responsibility?
I feel like I don't think it's all on him because there's other types of music like rave music or rave parties, wherever the hell they are, right? Like that have like harder drugs that are probably happening and worse stuff is happening. And why are they never? I know it's just that with his situation, people pass away.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but there's people that like music like is just as bad that like the
EDM, all
EDM,
that
yeah,
stuff.
and all that that like promotes worse stuff. But it's a responsibility, I think, of the people that are kind of there to make sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's
it's
true.
not just like on his it's not his job to be performing and making sure that everyone in the crowd is standing up. It's kind of like the people that are setting it up. So that's just the way I'm looking at it now.
And like we was talking about before, it's like I think Uzi was on stage like yesterday saying something about it. But like when you're in front of that many people, like I think one time he tried to stop it.
Yeah.
Not stop it, but like I think when you like in front of that many people, you kind of like in the outer space. Like he's probably, like I said before, probably drunk, high, and all that stuff. So he's not really thinking about like people, I guess. He just like hopefully everything goes.
Yeah, I understand you, man. But we're gonna keep following the situation. We're gonna bring y'all the latest updates, but we're gonna keep this train pushing, man. Next, and the internet was going crazy over this week, man, with Dababy and DaniLeigh. Some situations surface.
Just don't do.
Oh man, I can say this one might be a little heated, but Danny, Dababy posted a video allegedly DaniLeigh, him calling the police on DaniLeigh and asking her to leave, and then they have a child together that's 3 months old, man. And he posted a video up of the police coming and all of that stuff, asking her to leave and she not leaving. And then it continued on into the next day that she was still at the apartment, and still hadn't leave. And a lot of situations going on. Her brother got involved. The baby's posting videos and all of that, and the people are saying that Dababy is a snitch for calling the police, man. But I don't know if I agree with that, man. We're gonna go ahead and let the ladies chime in first before we come and lay down the law.
Thank you for that, Kevin Samuels. I mean, Gary.
Me personally, like I said, it's just certain things you just don't do. Like, I don't care how mad you are. The baby was 3 months, period. That's that. And that's that. You put your baby mother out like that. It's just like very disrespectful to me. That's how I feel about it. I think that it was other ways around it. Far as like people calling him a snitch, I mean, that's just how it goes though. Like, I don't want to say he's a snitch because of that. If maybe he felt like he couldn't do it, so he had to find somebody else to do it. But it's just like, why? Like, is it that serious? Why couldn't he leave? Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of questions with that. And I don't agree. I don't agree with it. You never know what really is going on in their household or whatever the case may be. I think everybody in the situation, everybody, so his other baby mother, her, him, I think they all are just, not to sound like that, but they're just crazy. Like, it's just something that you're dealing with, something that you don't have to deal with, so especially her being a new mom and things like that, postpartum, and having a new baby, that is all real. Like us women, they say, I don't have kids myself, but we go through a lot. So it was just very disrespectful to me. That's my opinion.
Maya, we'll let you have the mic. I'll forever hold your peace.
I don't really have too much to say. I mean, I feel like if Dababy felt like he needed to call the police to handle the situation, it's better than him like hitting her, physically abusing her. And I know that's happened in some public cases. So I feel like I wouldn't call him a snitch for that. I mean, some of his actions after like promoting his music during the situation, putting his baby mother and a 3-month-old kid out, I feel like is disrespectful. But like Angel said, like we really don't know the ins and out of the situation. I just feel like it's crazy and some stuff just doesn't need to be put on the internet.
Absolutely. Period.
Man, I am baffled by those responses.
I don't know what for.
Yeah.
I can't even wrap my brain around with that.
Yeah, Dababy is wild, and it's sad because it's just like he's always known for doing like crazy stuff like that too. Like he got like a, I think she said she got a plan B right after. So it's like, so Dababy just be wilding out, and he already got a family, like both, I think a family on the outside with 2 kids, I think. So it's like, I think obviously like she'll learn from the situation. It's sad she didn't learn before, like that what type of person he was. But like, I feel like a lot of these rappers get like false hopes to some of these females. Like he was calling her like a side chick. He was never her main chick.
Mo, come on, yo. You can't get on the mic and say that, yo. Let's keep it a stat, yo. She knew what she was getting into. We're not gonna get on here and talk about he was giving a false hope. She knew what she was getting, yo. Come on, yo. She knew what she was getting.
Got a point there.
And she was dissing the baby moms when the baby moms was trying to warn her, yo.
But you know how
get
like
on here
you know how much
sometimes
stories, like the false, sometimes the false.
Nah, yo, I don't know about all that, bro. Tell me
they
about
be like,
it,
I love you.
I don't know about all that, bro. Tell me about it. I don't know about all that. What are you saying, yo? The baby mama was trying to warn her, yo. She thought she was so good. And let's hold this real quick, yo.
And she's not even, she's not black, too.
So she gotta address her saying the N-word, yo. We ain't gonna let her disrespect the baby like that. All up in the phone. N-word this, N-word that, N-word this. You're not even black. Shut up.
Yeah, I know. That's what on the side
yo,
too.
We ain't gonna play these games, yo. She know what she was getting into. She got what she got. She opened.
Does that mean she should be put out of her house?
It ain't her house. She ain't married. When you ain't married, all you get.
But they got the kid together, so it's like
the kid and get out.
But it's his kid too. You know what I'm saying? He kicking his kid out basically. So it's kind of like, if I always didn't have a kid.
Yo, you act like she broke. Okay. She a millionaire too, yo. You act like she couldn't have gone there and had nowhere else to go.
I know, but that's his kid. You know what I'm saying? Did he take the kid and kick her out? That'd have been more psyched. That'd have been more. Okay, I respect you now, but
we don't know what's going on. From what I seen, she assaulted the baby. She physically assaulted the baby, and charges were brought the next day. I'm standing with the baby, and I think he took the right corrective actions to protect himself and make sure that. I mean, if anything, like say he didn't record the video, like for real, let's be serious for a second. Like if he didn't record the video, next thing you know, the light-skinned female that she is, you shouldn't even say light-skinned, the white or whatever she is, punches herself or hits her head on the wall. And then next thing we know, we see in the baby abuses Danny Lay. Right, she takes the baby, she sunks his career, and then she did a Megan Thee Stallion and promoted her own career. Right.
First of all, I mean, I get what you're saying, but there's some accountability on both sides here. You can't just let the baby off because you have a grudge against Danny. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like you gotta look objectively here, and I feel like you're not.
Yeah, I think the baby, like the kid being involved, that's what kind of holds it. If it was just him and her, I'd be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? The baby is champ.
Baby,
you know what I'm saying?
The baby or the baby.
Yeah. But it's crazy, like the baby first come out, he was like, he came out, he was untouchable. Like for this female. If you say anything about him, it was a wrap. But now it's like
cancel culture is real. But I got a question. I mean, I know like a child plays a major part. I agree with you, and being a mother, it's a different story. But what if the roles were like switched? And you see it happen a lot of times.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, the baby's out of here, man. It ain't no if buts. If he touched that girl, his career is over. He barely survived his past incident, with the concert. But man, he definitely, if that would have happened, roles reversed, and he would have assaulted her as she did assault him. He definitely would have been out of here.
Just to pick up on what Gary said, I think that you're right.
she did, know what she was getting herself into. But it does come to a certain point. Like, at the end of the day, Gary, he was wrong. Okay? He was wrong. And that's that. Like, I don't care how anyone looks at it, simply because, and then I understand, everyone want to keep saying stuff about the baby, which, we kept saying it too, but mainly, like, if she did not have the baby, like, is this what they do? Like, that's what I was thinking, like, watching the live. I'm like, is this, because at first it was just so comfortable, like, like, damn, like, they just go to Instagram and get on live and start talking, like, or start, arguing. But I think that's just something that she was used to, and it went over, like, it ended up her getting charged with assaulting him. But I think it's something that they definitely went through. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is new, but I think it's new, of course, to us because of how it was presented. So you just never know. You really never know.
So there's no accountability on Danny Lay's part. The black women tried to warn Danny Lay, and her Afro Latina, whatever she is, Afro. I don't even think she's Afro. She's whatever.
She's not Afro. She's straight.
She's straight white Haitian or white.
Yeah, she's
Dominican.
not black at all.
Nah, no black in it. Saying the N-word. What a disgrace. And the black woman tried to warn her about that, and she didn't heed the advice of the black woman, and then was upset when he did her wrong, allegedly. But I would say there is accountability on both sides. The baby was wrong for calling. I don't know about calling the police because I think he was protecting himself, but for putting him out, man, you could have waited till the next morning, and handled that situation. Go sleep in a different room. I mean, or not go sleep in a different room, or go somewhere else. I'm pretty sure you had other property in the location you were in, and in the morning, get everything straightened out. Make sure the baby's good, and then deal with the situation appropriately. But in the middle of the night, I think it was more of the baby trying to protect his brand than him actually wanting them to leave. Because I think when the next morning they went live and she was still there, so I don't think they actually got put out that night, just for the record, right? But I don't think that was the right approach, man. I think he should have waited till the next morning. They were still having issues, do what you need to do to get her out, man. But we ain't condoning hitting no women, and that's sucker stuff. So we're gonna keep it a stack. But just let you know that you don't have no protection without marriage. So that baby without marriage might get you 18 years of checks, but you ain't getting nothing else. No alimony. Any closing remarks on that subject?
Nah, we'll see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully she learns from this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That part.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get ahead to our last subject. We're gonna talk about inflation. In the month of October, man, the CPI index reported that inflation was at an all-time high, 6.2%, which is a 30-year high. I believe a 30-year high, right? For those of you who don't know what inflation is the decline of purchasing power of a given currency over time. So it's basically saying that, the money that you have over time is being devalued because the price of items are going up, right? So, since the pandemic has started, inflation has been running rampant. And, for this to have the CPI to be 6.2% is definitely a shock to the U.S. economy. And, things are definitely going to be more expensive in the beginning since things started. I think since the pandemic has happened, that if you look at how that inflation has affected different sectors of the market, we can go over Like things like gasoline are up almost 50%, man. Gasoline is up 49.6%. Shelter is up 3.2%. Food is up 11%. I know we've all seen food prices skyrocketing. Rental cars is up 40%. You know, new cars is up 10%. Used cars have been skyrocketing through the roof, man. I know I could sell my truck for the same amount of money that I purchased it for 3 years ago. So, you know, things have really
Crazy.
been skyrocketing since the pandemic has, you know, sat in. You know, things like restaurants are up 6% and hotels are up 26%. So, you know, this affects all of our lives. I mean, not only all or not, you know, we try to bring, you know, we talk about the topics of the culture, but we try to bring a little education into our listeners. And, you know, most people might not know how inflation affects them. But if for me to give a little example, say you had $1,000, right? And at the beginning of the pandemic versus now, that $1,000 buys only $600 worth of gas, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? Or it buys only $700 worth of a new car, right? So as you hold money and you're not investing it, the value of that money goes down, right? So, you know, that's one thing just to think about. You know, we try to educate our listeners, right? Usually inflation is running between 1% and 3%, but it's crazy to see that we've hit a all-time high. So, you know, something to definitely be cognizant of. And if you have the opportunity to invest your funds, that you need to take that and listen to that and definitely get on top of it, because every day that you hold cash, you're losing money by the second. Man, what's your thoughts on that, man? I'm just trying to educate the people.
Man, the craziest thing I think out of this whole thing is the dollar store, that whole platform is being based on $1 is increasing the prices. I think that's
Right.
really
That's
crazy.
a great example.
Facts. Yeah, like and the whole thing too is like you see how other countries, obviously other countries been dealing with this for a while now. It's like it's finally hitting us. Like you see like people, when I was on deployment, people would get confused while like you know what I'm saying, like in Japan or something like that, how the yen, like 1,000 yen is worth like $10 in the United States. So it's like, I think like obviously like way down the line, $1,000 be worth like $10 way down the line. So it's just crazy. Like I think inflation is hard. It's nothing to really counter it in terms of like the United States having a plan for it. I just think like I don't know how they can do it. You probably have a better explanation of how they can
No, I mean,
stop
you
it.
just look at the past. Like, I mean, like a soda can used to probably cost like 10 cents. A candies used to cost like 10 cents.
Right.
I mean, we've been increasing since then. If you look at it, it's just that we're in the middle of it now, and $1 for most things that are regular seems reasonable. But yeah, you're right. In the future, it is going to be like that. And I feel like if you're
Sounds
not,
like a kid's problem. It's like, no.
but I feel like you know, with just going to like investing, when people think it might be risky, but if you just keep it like you guys are saying, like if you're saving your money, it's gonna lose value. I mean, you could just invest in like NFTs, or not NFTs, ETFs, sorry, that are like gonna go up like with everything else. Like you don't have to like know so much to do it, but just do anything to invest your money so it's growing and it's not losing its value.
Definitely. And like I said, most jobs, what they I know not every job, they'll increase it based on inflation, increase salaries and stuff like that. So I guess like I don't know, the value is just gonna keep going. Like
Yeah, man. It's just, we're just trying to provide some education, let you know that that money that you keeping under your mattress or your pillow, man, every day it sits there, it's becoming less and less. So I know you gotta protect for the rainy day, but you also gotta save for the future, man. And with that, we're gonna go to our closing remarks, man. Angel, Maya, y'all got anything y'all want to promote or anything coming up you want to say to the people before we close it out?
Not nothing to promote, but just thank you for having me. I got a lot of good information. It's been lit, and I hope you guys, invite me back again because I really did enjoy myself. It made me think about my old podcasting. So, yeah,
Facts.
I love just getting new information and just being intrude into what's going on right now because this world is crazy, but we're living in it. So I just hope everyone stays healthy as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. We had a great discussion and had a really good time. But I do have to shout out Angel. She just opened her own business, Tag and Title. So I definitely want to
Okay.
give her a shout out.
Okay.
That's Black excellence right there.
Already.
Facts.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Yes, sir. You can't get much better than that. And we're definitely gonna have y'all back on. Let us know when you start the pod back up, Angel. We're gonna be a player on there as some guests, man. We're gonna shake it up. But man, with
Definitely.
that, Shawnee, Mo, y'all got anything?
Keep grinding, man.
All right, man. With that, we out. Thanks for tuning in to Opinions to Million podcast. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. New episode dropping every week. You want to hop on the next one? Shoot us an email. Follow us on all social media at Opinions to Million. We out.